All right, this is chapter 4, challenges. While there are shifts in the current culture, there are still challenges facing the disenfranchised communities around the world. Foucault writes about these. Remember, this was back in 2016. The carceral, with its far reaching networks, allows the recruitment of major delinquents. It organizes what might be called disciplinary careers, in which, through various exclusions and rejections, a whole process is set in motion. In the classical period, there opened up in the confines or intersects of society the confused, tolerant, and dangerous domain of the outlaw, or at least that of which alluded to the direct hold of power. An uncertain space that was for criminality, a training ground, and a region of refuge. There, poverty, unemployment, pursued innocence, cunning, the struggle against the powerful, the refusal of obligation and laws, and organized crime all came together as chance and fortune would dictate. It's a lot of words, I know. Eric Ayres extracts this theory and applies it directly to the practices in Los Angeles, saying, the people who are dependent on crazy homeless people for their jobs, like sheriffs, like jails, like prisons, are smart too. So, to the extent that the government can create political will to create new opportunities, new resources, even new taxes, if people can agree to that, then you have the issue of like the LA County Jail being like, oh, we need to build a jail, so we'll just build a mental health ward. Foucault explains how the carceral model keeps these power structures at the center of policies and practices. If the apparatus of the great classical form of confinement was partly, and only partly, dismantled, it was very soon reactivated, rearranged, and developed in certain directions. But what is still more important is that it was normalized. I can't say that word. Through the mediation of the prison, on one hand with legal punishment, and on the other with disciplinary mechanisms. Foucault continues to explain this model. The most important effect of the carceral system and of its extensions well beyond legal imprisonment is that it succeeds in making the power to punish natural and legitimate, in lowering at least the threshold of tolerance to penalty. While there is a continued push by the government in the United States for state-sanctioned violence through the continued allocations of funds to police, there is also an awakening happening, a rise of consciousness in communities witnessing and living these experiences and atrocities every day. The next part, we're going to talk about solutions, demands, and recommendations.